This is an arcade classic, my friends. This is something that was special, that you could only play if you went to an arcade. There was no home console that supported this unless you were really wealthy, and there was only a limited number of them. And then it's been ported to various consoles. The Wii version is notoriously bad because of the controller lag, but you're not going to see that. I'm going to experience it, but you're going to see all the lovely pixels. Or rather, you're going to see all the lovely graphics on this beautiful Magnavox 14-inch screen. Come on. So, back when this came out, games like this were designed to grab your attention the moment you walked into the arcade, because they looked a lot nicer, they looked a lot prettier than the average game that you could play on your Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this, Even though it was still a 16-bit game, it was not something that could easily run on just any console of that period, right? So, anyhow, we're gonna play the very first Metal Slug, and while we play, I'm going to talk about why classic games are so lovely to play. One reason that they're so very lovely to play is you don't have to think about anything other than the bullshit that you're playing, right? Homework to do, parents getting divorced, dog died, doesn't fucking matter. Nothing for lunch because your parents are too broke, doesn't fucking matter. Your dick broke, doesn't matter because you have fucking Metal Slug at the arcade that you can go and play with your friends, or any video game, Video games, for most children, at least in the good old 90s, were a way to escape problems, and not even problems, like honestly, it was just a way to not think. It still is, like the nostalgic element alone. God, I suck. The nostalgic element alone, like a large factor in why it's enjoyable, is the fact that you don't have to be thinking about your bills as an adult, for example, or, the asshole at your job that nobody likes, the boss. You forget about all that shit and just focus on the fucking game, Even if you suck at it, like I do, because I never had this game. I don't even think I ever played it at an arcade. I might have. But the point is, you can get in a motherfucking tank. Or whatever the fuck that is. And that's pretty cool. Oh, you're supposed to... I got bombed. Anyhow, the great thing about video games is you don't have to think about anything other than a video game. And one thing that has happened with a lot of newer games is you do have to start thinking, because the moment you want to play, you have to think about the fucking updates. You have to think about the load screens, and you have to think about the downloadable content that you gotta buy. First you have to update your console, then you have to update the game because a patch came out. All this shit that you have to do just to fucking play a game. It almost makes playing the game not worth it, because there's like a 10-minute prelude where you have to deal with all this bullshit that, back when this game came out, you didn't have to deal with. And one of the nice things about the simplicity of classic games like this is you can appreciate, first of all, if you contextualize the 16-bit colors, or I should say, not the colors, excuse me, the 16-bit technology, and you contextualize it in the era that it came in. It was beautiful then, but even now, like, these are beautiful drawings, beautiful colors and animations. So the graphics actually look good in their own right, and they look extra good on a CRT screen, right? A cathode ray tube. God, I suck. But also, there's pure simplicity to this. Like, even though I suck at it, well, it's because I never played it before. That's really why I suck at it. But the thing is, the learning curve is not that high. Like, it's just you go forward and you shoot. You know, like Contra. Contra, I'm actually fairly good at. I used to play as a kid, but this game not so much. Oh, I think I have to kill this guy. And you know, like Contra, you get killed with just one shot, and luckily this version that I'm playing on gives you infinite continues, right? Like as if you were really wealthy at the arcade and just could keep paying to play more, hypothetically. That's what this is like, right? So anyway, really cool stuff. Look at all the no points that I got because I suck. Now, another cool thing about retro games, older games, when I say retro, at least for the year 2024, 2025, that would be early 2000s and older, like 90s, which this is that these games were not made with any kind of ulterior motive in mind, right? Like, if you play this, something similar to this on a cell phone, it'll give you notifications all the fucking time to collect more coins and, I don't know, get downloadable content and anything basically to get you to pay for more content, pay for more levels. It really takes the fun out of it and turns it into a gambling addiction, which is not what this was. Like, even if you played this at the arcade, you did so with the intent of maybe blowing a bag of quarters, you know, that your mom gave you. Not dealing with loot boxes and season passes and shit. You know, you played the game for what the game was and not for what additional content it could offer to you at some future point, or how many notifications it would send you to do X, Y, and Z, right? You just, the simplicity of it is really the beauty. But anyway, I need to focus more and suck less. So let me see. I should try ducking, right? Because these motherfuckers will shoot. Yeah, you know, once you actually take a moment to see what's going on, you won't suck as bad as I do. So. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's a bit of a lag when you play this, but honestly, I think it's not so bad on a CRT screen, even though the game itself introduces some lag because this is a port. On a CRT screen with RCA composite cables, the lag is considerably better, and by better I mean less noticeable, less prevalent than on an LCD or LED screen. So that's kind of neat. This is how I should have always played this game, honestly. When I first got it, I played it on a big screen and I did not have a fun time because of how badly it lagged. But this is quite alright. You know, you can shank these motherfuckers when you get close. It's beautiful colors, man. Just gorgeous. So yeah, you know, video games are there not for when they need you, which is kind of how modern games are. It's they need you, right? They send you the notification, they get you to pay the additional content. This is when you needed the game. It was there for you. You just went to the arcade, or if you had the console version, you turn on the console and you would play it whenever you wanted. And all you thought about was the game and nothing else. And that's kind of the feeling I have when I play this right now. Even though, I'm doing my shitty commentary to try and make this more interesting. Hopefully not ruining it in the process. But, yeah, come on down, bro. It's so pretty, God, I suck. Can you imagine how much money I would have spent by this point? Even though I'm complaining about loot boxes, like, if you sucked this bad at the arcade, like, how many continues have I abused so far? But I would probably be paying a lot more attention at the arcade. The moment I stop talking as much, I think I can do far better. Ah, shit. The other thing that's fun about these games is the social element. Right? You wouldn't necessarily be by yourself at the arcade. And in fact, if you look at the top right of the screen, it says push start, because a lot of these games were multiplayer. Right? All your friends could play them, or at least you could take turns playing with another friend. Even if all of you couldn't play at the same time. You could both be on the couch or be at the arcade together. And you didn't have to be on the internet, you didn't have to have a play pass or a live pass or whatever the fuck. You just hooked up another motherfucking controller. And that's all that you had to do. I don't know, if you feel like I talk too much, you can let me know. It's not gonna change anything, because I'm doing this for fun. I don't give a fuck if you don't subscribe. Don't hit like, hit dislike. I don't give a fuck. No, but seriously, this is just fun to me. Like, the fact that I can share this beautiful moment with other people on the internet is probably the only good thing that came out of the internet when it comes to gaming in the modern world. Because gaming in the modern world fucking sucks, man. I don't want to play pass. I don't want loot boxes. I don't want season passes. I don't want DLC, motherfucker. I just want a full and complete and bug-free game that works. I want what I paid for, so I can sit down and play it and not think about all that shit, And companies could still make money, like, you didn't have to go bankrupt just because you weren't squeezing every drop of money from people that you could. You could still earn a pretty decent profit and not fucking cater to people's addictions using complex algorithms designed to get them to spend money on a game that, you should spend money to buy, but I'm talking about constantly spending money, right? You hear about parents calling into Apple because their children spent $2,000 in a week buying coins and shit. Like, there's games you can probably go on and play now that are just like this, clones of this, but you can buy all these fucking coins to have a better gun or more levels, and instead of paying $50 or whatever the equivalent would have been in the 90s, you'll be spending hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. And it's so unethical. Like, annoyingness aside, games are supposed to be about people and about loving the content that you've created and being proud of it. And a lot of these designers were, and many of them still are. Being proud Not because you figured out how to squeeze the most money out of your customers by catering to psychological addictions and finding ways to send out notifications to maximize active usage. Again, very much like gambling, but rather because you put out a quality game and you created a forum where people could be with their friends, or people could forget about the real world of school and bills and mortgages and divorces and other kinds of struggles, financial and otherwise, and just sit down and shoot shit up and play the game from beginning to end, and then some, without feeling like they have to take a shower afterwards because all the dirty you did them, you know? I'm just rambling, but this is kind of cool. How do you defeat this boss? It's clearly not these missiles that keep coming out, which I haven't been paying attention and stupidly trying to shoot. I should be shooting something else. Pew pew pew. Oh dear lord. Alright, starting to get tired, but I'm gonna kill this boss, and then we'll call it a day. What do you say? Yeah? If you're still watching at this point, like, thank you. Like, other than my shitty skills, there's also my old man rambling. I'm not that old, but still. You know, I appreciate that you care enough to hear what I have to say, or to watch what I have to play. How many continues is this going to take? Like, this is just embarrassing. Alright, for real this time, for real. What am I doing wrong? I think there's a part of the ship that I need to be shooting, which I think when that door opens and that guy comes out, I think that's what it is. Right? I don't know. But I don't know, a piece came off, so I think it's working. Yeah, I think I should just be shooting the ship, not trying to shoot the guy. It's just a very strong ship, you know? Okay, I'm ducking. Like, I'm actually in awe how beautiful this looks on a CRT. Yes, I did it, because it looked like such shit on my widescreen. I know I shouldn't have even played it on a widescreen, but, you know, it's the living room TV, it's convenience. But this is convenient too. Thank you, and I'll see ya whenever I decide to make more of these fucking videos.